Hi everyone, this is Dearden and I'll be reporting for the last installment for our session this evening. So I'll be talking about developing expert systems. For the development of expert systems, it's actually based off from the different application categories where one company would be mainly using it. So there are available software systems shells that are used to develop such systems. So one of the key areas that we can focus into would be about the knowledge engineers, or practically these are business analysts who intend to know more about the processes and the realities in the day-to-day work and convert it to a program. Mainly, building of expert systems are usually agreeable between the users and also the developers. So one tool that is mainly used would be for Visual Basic. So mostly programmers are using this in such a way that they are able to develop tools, dashboards, or even systems in developing the expert systems as well. For the next example would be, or the category would be about the neural networks. It's actually patterned after the human brain and how we'll be able to learn from the data that it processes. So there are set information that are given in terms of the different variables that are put into place. And one of the examples that I know of would be about the banking systems, specifically for credit decisioning support systems, wherein a number of variables about a customer would be included and baked in terms of the decision making and provision of credit scores in terms of probably loans or any other banking products that can be extended. So it coincides with probably risk in terms of the appetites as well of the banks or the company. So these are some of the examples that are available online. There are My Scores and My FICO accounts for, of course, personal and also corporate accounts. So these are some of the providers that gives the credit decisioning support system. The next category that we have would be about the fuzzy logic systems. It's actually not an exact science that they use, but rather more on the variables such as inferences and also ambiguous data. So these are used to get approximates and be able to have acceptable solutions, mainly using if and when logic. So an example in this slide would be for the flowchart of one of the predictive interfaces using fuzzy logic, as I have seen online. Mainly, it's a flowchart on how you'll be able to, if and when, that you'll be able to get those variables in. And it was shared in our resource that even appliances nowadays have this fuzzy logic chips and microprocessors that determines the viability of probably the product that it processes. Another example for the expert systems would be for generic algorithm softwares, or basically these are being used to have a Darwinian approach wherein survival of the fittest or natural selection. So risk management systems is another area where it's actually applied to, wherein the different variables are also used in order to determine the best possible solution in terms of a decision. Another area would be for virtual reality. So this may be something familiar to all of us, not just of course for engineers, but also for the common teams within the workplace. So some of the examples would be, of course, computer-aided design, wherein the designs would be under virtual reality and the virtual teams as well. So online stores are also considered as such, mainly because it exists online. So for the intelligence agents, so these are basically surrogates or probably representatives of human form. If you may say that in terms of applications, there are help assistants. It's actually a build, learn, and knowledge in terms of the process or the decision. So it's actually helping the user to simplify the use of the software. So some of the examples mainly would be on areas for applications, as such in the screenshot. And then also, there's one particular probably surrogate or intelligent agent that we probably have known or touched on before. It's Paperclip. He's the assistant in terms of providing support. So it's actually how it works is that the database of the help for a Microsoft application is being used as a query, as a search, and then a representation of someone that you interact with as well. So that's it for me. Thank you very much for the expert system. So in terms of the applications as well, pretty much we would see it day by day as we progress within our probably work and also in our businesses.